What's going on, G.I. Joe fans? Centex Collector here. Another 3D print that I finished, this time of the Dreadnok Swampfire. The original was made back in '86. I actually had one of these as a kid. I don't have one currently to showcase. It was a fairly easy print. Had the two pontoons and these connectors, then basically cut the boat in half. So you got two bottom pieces here that I did in black. Got the gun that I did in this bamboo green, which I felt fit kind of the original. I couldn't tell since I didn't have one in hand. The picture references looked like it could have been this blue or a little lighter blue or maybe even like a gray blue. And then there was these two pieces, the rotor blades, this rotor piece here, and then this. So the rotors basically plugged into here, and then this glued on top, glued the gun on. And then this piece glued into the pontoon, which glued into this bottom piece. I wish, kudos to the model maker of even creating this thing in general, of how he, I think, probably took the original and upscaled it and made some tweaks. But I wish it had the functionality like the original to where you can move the pontoons up and store them. So when you have in flight mode, these are up. This is kind of like a 2-in-1. It was a chopper, right? So the pontoons will come up and it'll be a chopper. And then you bring the pontoons down and it could be a water vehicle like the Chameleon Swamp Skier for Zartan. And then this piece was separate. And then this fan, I wish, it was a little smaller, thinner, and could have rotated better in here. Got some rotation. This, you got full rotation. And of course, I'd crack this piece in here. Can't tell, but I'd put this on. This piece I put on upside down. And then I snapped the control stick by accident too. I've been using this glue called Star Bond. Works great to glue all these models together. Of course, you can see here at the seam where the model was sliced. So you could probably take some resin if you really wanted to. Fill that with resin and sand it down. But I don't want to get in all that. But this printed really well. This is really clean print on the sides. And have too many rough issues here and there. I mean, mainly undersides, which I try to hide to the best of my ability. Like the undersides, you can see the rough where the supports were at. So I probably just got to figure out how to make supports better so they're not as rough, or at least they come off easier so it doesn't create that roughness. But overall, I'm really pleased with how this came out. You can see that right here is really, this print was really smooth in here. Some parts, like the top of this, I probably could use ironing to make it smoother. But the figures fit great. So for instance, here is Torch. The original on the box art, you had Monkey Wrench, which we still need, but Torch fits in here great. And then you can also, and then for height comparisons, here's height wise, so he can stand up and not get whacked. And then foot peg. That foot peg's not too bad. You have to be careful with PLA, because PLA, but debating on going to ABS myself, but you could potentially put two guys on each side. The foot peg is a little small, but again, you wouldn't want it too big, because then the PLA might just snap. That peg might snap off. Even with Pet G, I've had Pet G snap off, and Pet G is supposed to be stronger. So you got PLA, then there's a PLA Plus, and you got Pet G, and then ABS. So I'm debating on trying to go to ABS, see if that prints any better. But I mean, overall, this thing is strong in general. And then again, we can put him wish I had something to hold on to, but you can put them there and you can see again. That's because this is offset, probably because I busted that piece, but overall, you can set them lower if you wanted to, but you can see potentially you could put at least one Dreadnok on each side, right? But yeah, overall, I'm really, like I said, this wasn't a difficult print. Forgot how many hours this took. The main thing is, again, just orientation. Like these, I printed at 90 degree. So you can see this back here. Again, I try to hide rough spots the best I can. This, I'll just print flat. Because orientation is going to give you, you know, smoother print areas. I think this would be too big. Even if these were together, I think they were too big. Well, I know these two pieces together would be too big to print on the build plate, and probably the same for these down here. But like I said, overall, this thing is great, and it's probably gonna be a keeper because I'm trying to do like a little Dreadnok's Dio garage shelf thing on my shelf. But this thing is no slouch. I mean, this is supposed to be, again, this is supposed to be a mid-sized vehicle in Joe's. But this is a good-sized vehicle. Let's like take the Fang I printed and show you a comparison. So there's the Fang. And you can see the Fang is definitely slimmer. This one's got a little more width to it, bigger blades, and then end to end, yeah, they're about the same size. And lastly, like the Stinger, yes, you can see again, this thing ain't no slouch, even next to Stinger, right? It's a good comparison for a mid-grade, mid-size vehicle. So I think this one's gonna be a keeper. I'd like to get some decals. Bad Mother on eBay sells water slide decals, but I really need to find a place where I can just print decals myself, like stickers, print, because I'm hearing of issues where guys are printing the water slide decals, you know, putting matte on the model or on the vehicle, putting the slide decal on, putting matte on top, and it's peeling up. I've even seen people's pictures online where you can see the water slide decals peeling off. So I don't know if something with the PLA or the texture or what's going on there compared to regular plastics, because I have some water slide decals on my action figures I've customized that aren't peeling yet, but I made a custom triple T for a buddy of mine, and his already peeling within a week or so, so that's kind of concerning that the water slide. I know I've used regular stickers. I forgot where I got them from, but 1/18. I'll have to see if I can get 1/18 scale stickers and scale them up to 1/12, and then just print I really want to be able to print my own stickers, because buying the water slide decals at 10-15 bucks a pop over and over and over, if I'm selling the vehicle, is fine. You can put that towards the cost of the vehicle. But I found some guys who've created sets where you can 3D print this. That'd be great. 3D print the stickers and you just glue them on. So maybe I need to go that route. But man, yeah, this really came out really well. It wasn't a difficult print. Some people may have not been familiar with this vehicle. Like I said, it was an 86. So some of the older guys may have been out of the hobby by then or whatever. But I had this as a kid. 86 was right there in my prime window of collecting as a kid. But yeah, there we go, guys. The Dreadnok Swampfire, 3D printed with the Bambu Lab P1S. Love that thing. Since it's enclosed, it'll allow me to do ABS in the future. I'm doing TPU currently on tires when I can. And I may get a Bambu Lab A1 in the future so I can print small stuff on the side, like my diode pieces I've been doing. And then the bigger projects in the P1S, I'm using Bambu Lab filament as well. Typically just the PLA matte and basic, and I've been trying to expand using the other filament like TPU and PETG. I'm learning as I go, but this was just all, again, this was just all PLA. So this was the Bambu green, dark blue matte, the matte charcoal, and I think that was it. Just 3 colors: blue, green, and black. So you guys, like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.